I'm sorry for being little late. We will start with the prayers. Mataji, will you repeat after me? Om Ajnanatimirandasya
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य
Jnananjanashalakaya
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया
Chakshurunmilitam Yena
क्षुरन्मिलितं येन
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः।
Nama Om Vishnupadaya
नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय
Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
Srimate Bhaktivedanta
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता
Swamin iti namine.
स्वामिन्निति नामिने।
Namaste Saraswate Devi
नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे
Gauravani Pracharini
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
Nirvisesha Shunyavadi
निर्विशेषशून्यवादी
Paschatya Desha Tarini
पाश्चातदेशतारिणे
Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha
सकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha
सिन्धुभैव च
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
तानां पावनेभ्यो
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
वैष्णेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
Prabhu Nityananda
नित्यानंद
Shri Advaita Gadadara
श्री अद्वैत गदाधार
Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
वसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा।
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
हरे कृष्णा
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
हरे रामा
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
राम राम हरे हरे।
Mukam Karuti Vasavam Pangam Langai Devi Kripatam Hamande Shri Guru Dinatani. Hare. So, yeah. So before start, I just seek the blessings of my seniors and my spiritual teachers and the previous acharya so that I will be able to speak the right words, the right time, with the right mood. Yeah. So I'm once again very happy to meet all of you today. And the today's shloka we are going to discuss is on sixth chapter, 34th shloka. Like, 2 days back we were discussing, voice is very low. Okay, just a second. Is it now more audible? Is it more audible now? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So today we are going to discuss about 6.34th shloka, and it is like a continuation of the shloka which we had discussed a day before. That is point six, like where Krishna was telling about that who is our enemy sometimes and who is our best friend. That is mind. So today we are going to discuss about the nature of mind. That means before going to the shloka, like that day we were discussing like how our mind becomes enemy, our mind becomes friend at different point of time. Why it becomes like that? Why the mind is like behaving like that? Because it is with us from the time we born until the time we die. So it is with us. After that also will the mind be with us? And what is the nature of mind? That day also we have discussed a little bit briefly. We will discuss it in very detail today. So we'll be able to discuss in detail. Yes, so I'll present the shloka now. That is, I will recite the shloka. You all also can recite it, but yeah, Mataji, you can recite after me. It is possible. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna
चञ्चलं हि मना कृष्ण
pramati bhalavadridam
भ्रमाति बलवत्
tasyaham nigraham manye
तस्याहं
तस्याहं निग्रहं मन्ये
वायोरिव सुदुष्करम्.
वायोरिव दुष्करम्.
Yeah, yes, thank you. So, this is actually not speaking by Krishna. This is the question, and if you see the previous to this verse, Arjuna asks a question. Yoyam yogas vaya prokta samyena madhusudana yatasyaham na pashyami chanchalatvat sthitim stiram. Arjuna is saying, Oh Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable for me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. Actually, he's telling, this is a kind of like a question that this is very difficult. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. Chanchalam means what? Flickering. It is very much flickering. Pramate balavad dridam. Mind is very much flickering and agitating and balavad, strong and dridam, obstinate. Tasyaham nigraham manye. Subduing it, I'm feeling tasyaham nigraham manye, subduing it. Vayor iva so dushkaram. Arjuna is telling that actually subduing the wind might be very easy than subduing the mind. It is very difficult. That's what it is translated. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. Oh Krishna, and to subdue it, I think is more difficult than controlling the wind. You know who is Arjuna? We all know, right? He is very great archer and very favorite student of Dronacharya, who is very powerful. The person actually Dronacharya would like would that doesn't teach that Brahmastra and different all the powerful astras to any of the students. But Arjuna was his very favorite student because he felt Arjuna is very capable of using the weapons in a right manner and at the same time with the right power. So that's why Dronacharya taught Arjuna all the many powerful weapons. And Arjuna's another name is just a second. Um, Yeah, sorry. Um, yes. So Arjuna was his very favorite student of Dronacharya. And Arjuna was very, Krishna also calls him with the different names, Gudakesha. Arjuna's another name is Gudakesha. That means that Arjuna was able to use the weapons even in the middle of the night. He used to be able to control his senses and cannot sleep, doesn't sleep, but still he will be able to very powerfully and very efficiently use all the weapons on the in the night also. And he is telling here, and actually there is another story in the Bhagavatam and Mahabharata. It is described that why I am telling that story because Arjuna could control his senses, all the other senses. Like one time, what happens? He goes to Gandharva planets to, I think, for a battle to heavenly planets, and there Urvashi, she was attracted to Arjuna, and she tells to Arjuna that, "Can you marry me?" She asks Arjuna, "Can you marry me?" And Arjuna actually with folded hands he calls Urvashi with as mother, and he tells, I cannot marry you because you are in a motherly position for me, so I cannot marry you like that. Urvashi, how beautiful she will be in the heavenly, like she's a heavenly damsel, right? But Arjuna, he could have married her because he's a Kshatriya, and Kshatriyas, like in that time, Kshatriyas marry more than one or two wives, and he also married Subhadra and Draupadi. But there, he was able to control his senses. He did not immediately agitated, right? Because he knows for what purpose I have come there, like that. And there were so many pastimes where Arjuna was showing like how he was able to control because he was going through so many turbulences, right, in his life from the childhood, like when all the like kingdom was taken away from him, still he was not agitated and he was firm. But now he's feeling when Krishna told that. about dhyana yoga, how to do meditation. Like, because Arjuna told that I will not be able to do this fight because in front my all kinsmen are there, my Pitamaha, my all brothers, my Gurudev, everyone is there. I cannot fight. So I will just go to forest and do meditation. I will just beg alms. Please, Krishna, I cannot fight. And Krishna told, then what is the meditation? Hmm. Actually, you have to sit, you have to be in a secluded place, and you have to half closed eyes, and you have to focus on the tip of the nose, and then you have to, like sit in a secluded place, and you have to sit in a different posture, and exactly the dhyana yoga, how to do everything. So when Arjuna heard everything, he got bewildered. And it is not possible because that's what actually in the previous shloka he was telling. What he was telling, like he's admitting actually. From Arjuna we can learn how to be a very good student as well. Because here when teacher, like a good teacher like Krishna told him how to do the right way of doing meditation, dhyana yoga. But Arjuna, he did not he did not oppose it, nor he did not say I will be able to do it. Because he admitted the right manner, like how actually he is very self-confident on him. Whereas, but this, when it comes to this, the process which Krishna has described, it is very difficult for him, right? So that's why he's admitting, oh Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized till now appears impractical and unendurable to me. But the mind is restless and unsteady because he understood how the mind cheats always. Right, that's why he's telling what is the nature of mind. What are the characteristics of mind? Mind is restless. That day also, like if you all joined that class, which one day before we were discussing about 6.6 Bandhuratma Manastasya, there we were discussing about the example of Marakatasya Surapanam, like the monkey which has monkey is always restless, right? And the monkey which has been drunken, and the monkey which has been bitten by scorpion, and then monkey which is haunted by a ghost. Then can anybody predict what that monkey can do the next moment? No, right? Like that, our mind is restless, right? It can give so many thoughts per a minute, and it is turbulent. We cannot, that's why he's telling how wind will be so turbulent. It is very fast. It is, we cannot stop, we cannot control it. It is very difficult. It is very fast, and it is telling obstinate. It is obstinate means sometimes we become obstinate, right? I want to do this. Like for example, child, how the child becomes like if they want a toy, how they become, they will sleep on the floor and they will cry that till the time I get that toy, I will be here only. Like that, they become obstinate. So similarly, our mind also like that, and it is very strong. We cannot, if whenever we get thoughts, we just have to read those thoughts. Like we will be able to see in movies. We see, right, sometimes. In my childhood, I saw like in an old movie there when the girl is sitting, she's thinking about something, and immediately like another person she's able to see in a different dress, and it is her thoughts only. She was able to see in her form in the thoughts. And this time another form is there, and one person is giving like one girl is in the black saree and one girl is in the white saree. So this girl is giving the the thoughts which are in a good like bad way, and the white saree girl, she's giving the thoughts in a good way. So I was thinking, okay, in the childhood I used to think that who are the other two girls? It looks like same. Then what is it exactly? The movie director has showed how our mind is. So we have to just read it. I was telling about like that the other day also. We have two dogs, good dog and bad dog, whom we feed, right? So both are there and both are very strong. If we can feed the both, whom we feed is very difficult. Whom we feed makes what is strong, right? So this is very restless and turbulent and obstinate and very strong. That's why he's telling. Oh, if we have one problem, then we will feel so much bad. And here the mind is so much trouble, restless, turbulent. You can, you can feel yourself. Like sometimes we get, in a day-to-day life, we see some things which are bad, still the mind goes to there only, right? It goes to there. Even though chanting is very good and chanting is very helpful and it is very much needed for us. Scriptures also tells, and all the devotees are telling. But in the morning when we wake up, if you want to, and in the daytime, if you want to sit and chant, We will get mind gives us so many different thoughts because it is restless. It tells, Are Baba, you have that deadline, you have to complete this work, and then you have, you have to go here and you have to do that, you have to do this, you have to do that. So many reasons it tells because it always makes the nature of mind is always to agitate you. Mind always, if we can just imagine, mind always makes us feel lament for the past, or lament means worry about the past or fear about the future. It doesn't be in the present only. We have to make it to bring to present and understand the time which we have now is very important, and how we have to utilize the time is also very important. To make that, first our mind has to be calm, composed. Like you see, some people who will be like, even though they do so many things, still they will be very happy, very calm, very composed. Like that, how could it happen? Like for example, if you see the devotees who are teaching you, like example Amal sir, who was like who is teaching the art of concentration to everybody. He does in a day hundreds of things, but he's always calm. Like before, just before coming and joining. Now also he's giving to the another next batch of the art of concentration readers. And before that also he will have so many things. Just before 1 minute also he will be having the meeting with other his mentees or counselors or so many other people, or like other meetings or other discussions or other works which he does, research work or something. But still when 8 o'clock it happens, immediately he comes and joins the readers club and happily give and interact with the readers. How it can happen? It is very difficult actually. If we can train our mind, then only we will be able to do it. Otherwise, it is very difficult. That's why Arjuna, so powerful. And it is 5,000 years ago, where there is no phone, where there is no laptop, where there is no Mac, where there is no social media, where there is no, you know, what else? Yeah, there are no these kind of things which distracts us, right? And here he is telling, and Krishna is with him beside, right? Krishna is beside him, in front of him. He's telling to Krishna that it is not possible, Krishna, because he is admitting. A good student always admits his difficulties, and first the student should have that self-confidence on himself. Arjuna have self-confidence that I can do it, but but when it comes to this particular process, I don't know, but I want to learn it. So this is the sincerity, honesty of the student. So we can learn that. And Arjuna did not have the thought that Krishna will judge me for I'm not able to do it. No, Arjuna did not have that feeling. He was not feeling that Krishna will judge. Similarly, we have to be honest, and we can meet devotees and we can tell when we are having this difficulty, because our mind always cheats us. Scriptures say our mind is agent of Maya Devi. Maya Devi is a sincere servant of Krishna who always, always, always wants to put a Jivatma in a situation where the Jiva forgets the constitutional position, always allures the Jiva with the different energies of Krishna in the material nature. So our mind is we have this gross body, right? Which is covered with earth, water, fire, either, right? And then the next, because we have two bodies, right, which we were discussing that day also. So it's like a kind of continuation of that session. There we have discussed about like how the mind works and everything, and here the more characteristics which Arjuna himself has described. So we are just discussing more briefly about that. So that day we were discussing like how we have two, like we always consider our existence with this body, but no, we have two, right? Gross body and subtle body. Um, just the layer outside covering is our gross body, which is made up of Panchamahabhuta, and inside the first covering is our mind, intelligence, and false ego. So false ego is the one which covers with the soul. So soul above layer is false ego, and then intelligence, and then mind. So mind is the agent of Maya, which always directs our all senses to what to do and what not to do. If it is restless, if it is turbulent, if it is obstinate, and if it is strong, then how we will be able to take the decisions which will help us to go progress in our spiritual life? See, I'm telling about spiritual life here, but even in material life, even achieving the material things also, we need to control this mind. Otherwise, it is not possible. For example, I was hearing in one of the interviews of PV Sindhu's mother. You know PV Sindhu, right? Very great sports person. So I was hearing her mother's interview, where her mother was telling that, in her childhood, her mother was telling that in childhood, actually, every child, like every mother, used to cook so many nice sweets, so many nice desserts, everything to their children and feed them very nicely and be happy. But I was so unfortunate that I was not able to feed because because my because my child has to control her tongue so much because her coach was telling her what to eat and what not to eat. Otherwise, she will not be able to practice her game. Right? It is not possible. So she has to control. That's how she becomes successful. Otherwise, it is not possible. So yes, it our mind is like this. But what can we do? The answer we will know in the next shloka. I think tomorrow, uh, Chandani Mataji, I think tomorrow shloka is 6.35, right?
Yes,
If I
Mataji.
am correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't want to reveal the answer. If you want, you can read the Bhagavad Gita yourself and like come and attend the tomorrow session so that you'll be able to very clearly understand what Krishna is suggesting. Because you might have already got this question. I understood now, Mataji, the characteristics of this mind, but how to control it? I am not able to control it. Then what is the solution? Because I know I understood the problem last week or last that time also you were telling about the problem very clearly, and now also problem. I am like literally now depressed because my mind is like that. What should I do? So don't worry, we have the solution also because Krishna is such a beautiful teacher and guide. He always there. Some portion of it I have already discussed. Like we have to here Prabhupada also has given in the purport that the easiest way to control the mind as suggested by Lord Chaitanya is chanting Hare Krishna, the great mantra for deliverance, in all humility. The method prescribed is Savai Manah Krishna Padara Vindayo. One must engage one's mind fully in Krishna. Only then will there remain no other engagements to agitate the mind. So this is the very sure and short and full-fledged answer, but it's the describing it how to do this also because chanting Hare Krishna to chant Hare Krishna also we need to control the mind. How we will be able to do it? That you will be able to discuss tomorrow. But please do chant every day because this is the very easiest. To control the mind in every age there are different processes. In Satya Yuga there is meditation. 60,000 their lifetime was 1 lakh years. For 60,000 years they used to do meditation. Will we be able to do it? No. Then in Treta Yuga, there is yajna. We don't have the purest form of ingredients to do it now. It is all kalti, right? Impure, mixed. We will not be able to do very pure yajna. And we don't have brahmanas who can bring the fire with the mantras. And in Dwapar Yuga, it is archana. For 8 long hours, whole day, they used to stand in front of the deity and do archana. So that their mind is always engaged in the service somehow or the other in the Lord's worship and Lord's seva in 9 forms of bhakti. And now in this Kali Yuga, what we will be able to do it? We cannot do meditation, we cannot do yajna, we cannot do archana. Then what we can do? That's why the easiest way it is given. Mantra. It means mantra, mantra which can deliver the mind. That's how it is given. And the mantra which is for the Kali Yuga, according to the Kalishantana Upanishad and many other Puranas, and Bhagavatam is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the mantra which is recommended for the Kali Yuga. So by chanting it with the humility that yes, my mind is so restless, I cannot control it because Arjuna is also admitting it, but I want to control it so that I will be able to use my, uh, you know, like existence for a higher purpose with that humility, if we can chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and beg for the mercy and to engage us in the service of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna and the humanity, then we will be able to conquer our mind. Yes, and conquer that and the desires. of the mind as well, in the material world. Yes. So thank you so much. And the solution, if you want, please join tomorrow. Don't miss it out. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions or any comments, or if you have learned something uh, meaningful, then you can share it in the WhatsApp group.